Today I'm going to do a video on planets in the houses. I done one on empty houses and I got a lot of questions on it. So I'm going to do another video today to maybe show more of what I was speaking on. If you have no planets in any, say for instance, you have planets in the 11th house, the 4th house, maybe the ninth or 10th house, but you don't have any planets in between. Like, say, you don't have any planets second house. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get any action or any transits out of that house. You will receive transits and you will receive actions that are activated in that house, but it won't be attached to a planet. Like, say, for instance, if you have Pluto in the sixth house. And you have a Pluto transit, and it will be a Pluto conjunct Pluto transit. That will definitely affect that house, and it will affect probably your health, your job, um, service to others. Either you may become very selfish or you may become very generous. It all depends on how it's aspected. Not all squares are bad. A square can actually be very good in teaching you discipline in that area. Oppositions really, really get to you, though. They really affect how you feel and how you are, and they really, really put the strain on you when it's aspected at that time. If it's within 5 to 10 degrees, depending on the transit, or depending on how it's aspected in your chart, that's how it's going to affect you. Anything above the elliptic on your birth chart is more seen by others. Anything below is just known by you. Usually, it's hidden. Of course, your first house is a house of self. Your second, values. Third, communication. Fourth, family. It could be the family you grew up with. And also, it's a house of end of life. It's, in Vedic terms, it's an end of life house. How you spend the end of your life. It's not bad or anything. It's just because it's a water house, and water carries memory. Fifth house is like your house of pleasure, your house of creativity, house of education. It has all kinds of aspects to it: your creative endeavors, your personal family, like your children. Um, Sixth house, house of service, house of duty, house of health. Seventh house, house of relationships, judicial, legal matters, contracts with others. Eighth house is a house of death. This, in old ancient astrology, eighth house used to be the final house. They used to not have anything past the eighth house, and then it went into Hellenistic, and nothing went past the 10th house. The eighth house holds occult secrets, holds your secrets. 12th house holds other secrets and bed pleasures. Ninth house is house of Jupiter, house of travel, philosophy, um, broadens your horizons, makes you get out and experience what you've learned in the third. 10th house, house of Capricorn, house of discipline. Also, Saturn in the golden age was like a party boy. I mean, you can be Saturnian and be very free flowing. It all depends on how your chart is aspected. Um, there's many celebrities that are um, Capricorn that are very wild and very outwardly and open, more than maybe some Jupiterian celebrities. 11th house is house of humanitarianism. They want to help save and govern, and it's the collective of the world. Also, it's groups, like group think, group thought. areas of the group, where third house is areas of the mind, the brain, education, where you learn everything and where knowledge is transferred from. 12th house is a hidden house. All your hidden talents, what you're good at, but you really don't understand or know how, or what you could do and possibly in life that's not um, outwardly in the open that you can tell because it's so hidden. 12th house is illusions. 12th house calls hidden enemies. 7th house causes open enemies. Um, First house, of course, is your ascendant, your chart ruler. All depends on what planets that you have aspected to your chart ruler on how that you're going to come across as a person. If you have sun rules your house, you may be very gregarious, um, outgoing, but not all sun Leos or sun rulers of Leo are very open. They can be very introverted also, with very high creativity, and they may be a musician, a painter, author. They may take that energy that's usually portrayed outwardly and put it into books and creative endeavors. If you have Neptune on the ascendant, you tend to mirror people more, and people, you reflect back the energy that they see, and some people can't handle that, and sometimes people with Neptune on the ascendant are very targeted by people that don't want to be exposed, because you can see through their deception with Neptune. Um, Say you have Scorpio on the ascendant, you can be very penetrating. Very, you can find hidden details of people very easily. Um, Virgo ascendant, you may be very detail oriented. Not always. I've met some Virgos that weren't very detail oriented. It all depends on how it's aspected in your chart. Along with like the empty planets in the house, the empty houses means you've already lived that part of your life, possibly in another. If you believe in reincarnation, in another life, you already lived out that part of your life, so you don't have to revisit it. Um, with planets in the houses, that's where you need to work on to ascend to a higher level. I would like to say thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will start making more videos again. I've been of not so good health here recently, and I would like to say thank you for all you do, and thank you for all my subscribers.